Arsenal 2, Olympiacos nil. This was a very frustrating game to watch for me because it really wasn't the solid performance that I expect from Arsenal, especially a home game in the Champions League. We started with a hybrid first team, second team. We had Raya in goal, Gabriel and Saliba as the center backs. Ben White and Lewis Skelly were the center backs with the wing backs instead of Timber, who I prefer there, and Calafiori, who I prefer there. Odegaard, Zubamendi, and Mourinho were the midfielders, and which meant that Declan Rice on the bench, which I didn't really appeal to me. Martinelli, Yorkayas, and Trossard were the forwards, leaving Eberechi Ebe and Saka on the bench. And this was look, there was it was a frustrating game to watch because Arsenal, I mean, look, I think Trossard had absolutely horrible day shooting the ball. Arsenal their shooting boots were not on in this game. The goals that they got was by Martinelli in the 12th minute mark, where the pass was made by Odegaard to Yorkayas, who put it past the keeper, hit the post, and was tapped in by Martinelli, who basically let the ball hit the post and then tapped it in, made it 1-0. Then the second goal was scored by Saka, who came on in the second half, who put it through Zolkas's legs. And, one of those things, it is what it is. But defensively, Arsenal was fine. I mean, I think El Kashmi scored the goal for Olympiacos in like the 67th, 68th minute of the game, but he was ruled off for offsides. He was barely offsides. If you look at the at the VAR, I think his knee and his elbow may have been offsides, but it wasn't offsides by a lot. And the game, it really wasn't a great performance by Arsenal. The shooting was way off. The final pass was absolutely horrible. Just wasn't very good performance by Arsenal, in my opinion. Now, look, you got 3 points. You won 2-0. You've got the victory. Pat yourself on the back. Congratulate yourself. You're now 6 points, 2 wins out of 2, 6 games to go. They say great teams don't always play great. They just play great when they have to. And that's what I would say about this with Arsenal. Great team. They didn't play very great. They really weren't. Okay. If you look at the statistics, the stats, Arsenal had 60% possession to Olympiacos' 40%. I mean, I guess you'd probably say 61-39 if you want to get technical and round everything up where it's supposed to go. But 5 shots on goal by Arsenal, 3 by Olympiacos, 16 total shots by Arsenal, 10 by Olympiacos, 14 fouls by Arsenal, 17 by Olympiacos, 3 yellow cards by Arsenal, 1 by Olympiacos, 3 corner kicks for Arsenal, 5 for Olympiacos, 3 saves by Arsenal by Raya, and 2 saves by the Olympiacos goalkeeper Zolkas. Again, it really was a frustrating game because Arsenal. I mean, first of all, the starting lineup kind of bothered me because I thought with the Champions League you'd put your best players out there, your best team, but Arsenal, I guess because you played the late game on Sunday against Newcastle and you won, the last minute of the game there, so you bring in you have to switch things around. You have to bring in some subs or some people in the second team and let them play. And, again, Arsenal still won the game, which is fine. But, I would have preferred Rice to be in there for the 90 minutes. I would have preferred Eze to be in there. Eze did come in, so did Rice, so did Saka, who scored the second goal. Mosquera came in, as well as Timber. Now, Mosquera came in. Now, I think Gabriel got hurt, which is why he came in. I don't think that Arteta was going to bring him in, at least when he actually did bring him in. But, hey, it is what it is. But, again, Arsenal wins 2-0. They're able to get 6 points out of 6. I don't know who they play next, but we'll see how that all pans out. If you look at the other, let me take a look at the other Champions League games, and how they panned out, because I know PSG, I believe, beat Barcelona, which was a surprise, not a tremendous surprise, but a surprise that because I think they won in the last minute of the game. And in fact, let me take a look here and just see what's going on there. Okay. Yes. Okay. Manchester City and Monaco drew 2-2. Holland scored twice. Teze and Dyer scored. Scored at a penalty. Barcelona, won. Paris Saint-Germain 2. Ramos scored in the 90th minute. Wow, good for him. Let's see. Dortmund beat Athletic Club 4-1. Well, that's good for Dortmund, especially after the game against Juventus a couple weeks ago. Quarbag 2, Copenhagen 0, sorry, 4-0, 2-0. Newcastle versus Union Saint-Gilloise. Newcastle wins 4-0. Bayer Leverkusen ties 1-1 with PSV. Napoli, Rasmus Holland can't score for Manchester United, but scores 2 for Napoli. Beats Sporting 2-1, and Villarreal and Juventus draw 2-2. Well, that is what it is. Good for the teams that won. Bad for the teams that lost, and I guess golf clap for the teams who drew. But that's how it all pans out. In fact, I'm watching Barcelona highlights right now versus PSG, and Barcelona had a great opportunity to score in the 64th minute, but they couldn't do it. And let's see. Lee hits the post. That's for PSG. Lee, hits the post, goes wide. And let me see I'm gonna stay on so I see the goal by PSG that won this game. See what happened there. PSG gets the hits it off to the wing. Hits it off. Ramos is well by himself. Puts it right past, I believe it's Chevney in goal. Oh, wow, he's close to being offside there. But I guess they checked VAR, said he was onside, and good for him. Well, tough for Barcelona, but good for PSG, and they go on and win the game. But anyway, that's all I have to say. Arsenal 2, Olympiacos 0. Wasn't a great game, but still, a win is a win is a win is a win. Please click like, share, and subscribe, and have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.